Well, the next season for Dale Jr.'s career is a doozy. It starts out kind of promising, but it ends in disaster and injury. You know which one it is. You have to know which one it is. It's a short one, even though the video is really long. Here is the next one for Dale Jr.'s career, the next number. Well, unlucky number 13 can actually describe the season for Dale Jr. Only race of the 18 race, he had 5 top 5s, 6 top 10s, no wins. Only led 53 laps, but again, he did only race half the season. His rank was 32nd, but once again, only raced half the season. Average finish of 15.6, not too bad. Average star 16.3, kind of decent, you know. It's not the best, but it wasn't the worst for Dale Jr., but the concussion definitely did not help his season. Look down, again, only the 18 race he ran. 4 DNFs, I think, due to crashes, which seemed like the norm that season for Junior. We're actually going to kick off this season, though, at 9 points race, his Can-Am duel, where he was leading most of the race. On pit stops, he fell back to second, fell a little bit back, but then marched his way up to the front and will get past Denny Hamlin, coming to 5 laps to go. So now he's leading in his duel with 5 laps to go. Gets out front of Hamlin, but now we skip ahead to 1 lap to go, where Joey Logano was up to second. Ryan Blaney, who's technically his teammate, his technical alliance teammate. Behind him, there's Junior. There's Logano and Blaney behind, and Junior going to have to do some big blocking to try and hold these guys off. He goes low, goes high, all over the place, trying to block Logano, trying to keep him behind him. You see right there, he actually pulls away off the corner. He just gets through the corner so well, and pulling the 22 down the straightaway. Now the 22 kind of backed up to the 21. He's going to try and get a run here down the backstretch, but does not have enough of a run. He's going to fake low, fake high. Can't get anything done. Go back to the bottom lane. Junior doing a great job blocking. Stays out in front of the 22, and there's just no push behind from the 21. They're too separated, no push. They think might as well just not even try now. Keep their car in one piece. For the 500s, Brian Scott spins in the background, but Junior will win his dual race in 2016, which is theoretically his last Cup win. The last time he was in victory lane as a Cup driver is this race right here, the Can-Am Duel. Celebrating, look at this Mountain Dew bottle, how it just like, it bounces. Look how bouncy it is. That's a very bouncy bottle. So he qualifies third for the 500, started by Chase Elliott. He falls back a little bit later in the race, and then on pit stops, he kind of marches way up to the front to the top 10. They kind of stack up in front. They're all single file, and Junior says, hey, I'm going to try and disassemble this bottom lane. He goes to the top. He passes 2 cars all by himself. The 19 nowhere near him, and he passes because of the side draft, and the way he just raced at the restrictor plate tracks is huge. You see, he gets past those guys, gets down lines behind now. Austin Dillon's up into the top 10. I believe he's around 6th right now. He's not done. He's going to try and get all the way up to the race lead. As everyone's just kind of following around these choices, he's like, you can't do that. You have to get up front. This is around 40 laps to go. So he's trying to get up high. He gets down from Logano, trying to get the push from the 22 car. And right here, he does have the run off of 2 he goes. And look at that. Using the side draft, pulls up alongside the 3 and pulling him down the straightaway. A great move there by Junior, trying to get down, but he has more. He's going to, hey, let's get to the outside Vickers, and the 14 pulls alongside him, and if he could have cleared him right here, he could have made the pass work. He doesn't clear him. He's going to move up high. He's going to try and go down, get on that core panel, and use the side draft, but it ends up costing him. He gets down, he moves up, and the car just gets very loose off the corner and spins around, and Dale Jr. heads towards the inside one. He hits it head on and flies across the infield and into the grass, and it ends his 2016 Daytona 500 early. Tough break for Junior. Had a great car, one of the fastest there, and the Hendrick Motorsports cars that season just did not have the stability they needed. See right there, gets down. Look at the hands inside the cars. He's trying to save it, but just can't do it. There's no saving that. It was gone before he even knew it. There's just no way he was going to be able to save that car because he spent some hard damage there. That is Amelia, the car that they nicknamed. You'll see why in a future. The future scene right here, you can see he's almost clear that 14. If he could clear him, he could have gone down line. This never would have happened. Right here, he's going to try and get down low, get the side draft. He's going to try and shoot out high so no one can side draft him. He does that, but then just spins trying to get up high, and around goes the 88 and hits pretty hard into the inside wall. And that just kind of starts a season of DNFs for Junior, and kind of just up and down roller coaster like. So we move on to Atlanta, where in the middle of the race he has a great battle. He's inside the top 10, a great car, top 5 car. He's bound 3 wide with Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch in the middle of the race. What great racing this is. This is the first race for the low downforce package right there. He backs out, but he gets a great run through the corner. Here's Kyle Busch, gets loose down low. And look at the run. He makes 3 wide down low, almost spins the 18 out, and does a great move down low. He'll get by both those guys and move his way up inside the top 5. Once again, some great racing with this low downforce package, and it shows right here with this battle between the 88, 18, and 2. He had some great battles all throughout the day, and this one definitely one of them. So he kind of stabilizes around the 5th, 4th, 5th position for the whole race. A caution comes out late. It's a restart. They come down pit road. Dale Jr. comes off 5th. He's going to restart in the 5th position. The inside lane's been the best all day. See right there on the restart, Harvick spins his tires just a little bit right there. Truex gets in the back of him, spins his tires even more. Edwards goes down low, and Jr.'s going to gain a few positions right there, all the way up to the 3rd position from 5th on the restart with 2 laps to go. If the 18 and the 48 have some sort of skirmish, the 88 will be there to pounce. He never gets that opportunity, though, as they come down the backstretch. They pass the overtime line, and a crash happens, which will bring out the caution and end the race. However, NASCAR does not throw the caution right away right here. Kyle goes to the high side, trying to make something happen. He knows the wreck is happening. The car hits the splitter, goes up the track. Junior powering off the corner side by side with Busch. They cross the stripe. Johnson crosses the stripe. The yellow comes out, and Junior, by a nose, beats Busch. Right here on this photo is the moment of the caution. NASCAR says they threw the caution when the 48 crossed the stripe. Right there is the moment of caution. The 88 has a nose ahead of the 18, and Junior ends out a 1-2 finish for Hendrick Motorsports. So now this next race at Phoenix, you have to pay very attention to the starting spot. 26th on row 13. It takes him less than 30 laps to get up into the top 10, fighting for the 7th position on lap number 36 with Austin Dillon. Just shows that the 88 team, Greg Ives, made some great adjustments to the car. He was not happy at all during the practices and qualified 26th, but they made some great adjustments, and during the race, he's flying right here. Gets into the back of Dillon, saying, hey, I'm a little bit faster. Move out of my way. He moves to the inside. He's going to grab 7th position right here from Austin Dillon, and we're only 37 laps into the race from 26th to 7th. That is one fast hot rod right there. That number 88 is on the move. You see right there, he clears Austin Dillon. Look at this bump right here as they went through 3 and 4. Dillon trying to move up high, thinking maybe the 88 wants the bottom lane. 34 ahead, and he has to slow, and the 88 just get to the back, obviously on accident, but it's kind of funny that he had the faster car. You can say, hey, I'm faster, move out of the way. Later in the race, some cautions come out. Junior ends up 3rd on a restart. Lap 75, he's already going for the race lead on Kyle Busch. From start 26 up to bound for the race lead on lap 75. Definitely did not think that was going to happen during the practices, but man, oh man. Fast hot right moves to the inside. Busch right here, moves down to the bottom lane. And right there, Busch goes up the track a little bit, gives the bottom lane to Junior, and Dale Jr. clears Kyle Busch for the race off of 4, and Junior ends up leading 30-some laps here, but Harvick kind of got up to the front, and towards the middle of the race, Junior fell off. The car fell off. The handling was gone. They actually found out later that Junior had the fans on instead of off. He needed them off, and it kind of affected the handling of the car. Once he figured that out, the car got back to its normal pace and got up front, so he kind of fell around 7th, 8th towards the middle part of the race, and it kind of cost him maybe a win result. See right here, as we move on with 7 laps, goes back up to the 2nd position from what was right around 7th, 8th all day. He moves back up to 2nd with 6 laps to go, and he's trying to run down Harvick, and the gap stabilizing. It's not really growing. It would grow for a little bit, and then it would kind of shrink back down to what it was, and it would grow back up. It would shrink back down. As Junior and Harvick had pretty similar cars. I would say Harvick was a tick better, maybe half a tenth better. But right there, the caution comes out. 6 laps to go. His teammate Casey K into the wall. And you think, man, pit strategy is going to happen here. 6 to go. Tires are wearing out. What do Harvick and Junior do? They're going to be on the front row. Harvick stays out, and Junior maybe should have done the opposite, but instead he stays out as well. Everyone else comes down, but Austin Dillon does a little fake here, and he stays out on the track. So 3rd on back besides Dillon come down pit road, which ends up with this restart right here. If Junior maybe had the top lane, he could have done better, but the inside worn tires just was not a great combination. Right here, Junior trying to just hold on to anything. Now he has worn tires. Everyone else behind him has pretty much fresh tires. As Harvick gets away, Edwards gets away, so you think right there he's not going to have a shot to win. Obviously, he's on worn tires now. He's just going to try and hold on to a top 3, top 5 spot right here as Hamlin moves to the outside of him. And Junior just trying to fend off any way he can. So as they come through 3 and 4, they'll see the white flag this time. Hamlin to the outside, Junior, Kyle Busch behind us. They're going to battle for the race lead. Man, oh man, it's one amazing battle, as you probably know already. So Hamlin's going to move around Junior right here in 1 and 2 on the outside lane. Junior falls back to 4th, but still in a top 5 spot. If you can hold a top 5, that'd be a great finish, obviously after starting 26th. He's actually charging back on Hamlin off of 2 right here, moves to the inside and trying to get back by him for 3rd, as they're going to really focus on the leaders right here as Edwards tries to move Harvick up out of the way. Meanwhile, Junior battling for 4th and 5th with Kyle Busch. Busch moves around Junior, and Junior ends up finishing in the 5th position, just ahead of Kurt Busch right here. Later on, right there is Junior's car in the 5th position. We move on to Martinsville, 5th lap, and Junior, with contact from Dave Reagan, spins around, cuts his tire down. He spins around. He falls a few laps down. He ends up getting the back. It's a hard struggle to get the laps back through the race. He gets back on the lead lap. He actually runs up inside the top 10. I believe he's up to like 6th sometime during the race. Towards the end of the race, the caution comes out. He comes down pit road. And when he pits, he actually restarts in the outside lane around 12th. So he ends up finishing 14th. That definitely did not show the car he had, though. He had a pretty fast car. But this, and then, of course, the late race caution kind of mired him back. And see right here, Reagan is going to get the curb a little bit right there, go up and again to Junior. The tailpipes cut the left rear tire in the 88 down. Junior loops the car around, and it just starts out the Martinsville race bad. He could never really recover. Maybe if this didn't happen, we would have had a better race, but these things happen in NASCAR. It happens all the time. So right there, gets hit and loops the car around through 1 and 2. So then we move on to the Texas Motor Speedway. Junior, once again, another great car on these 1.5-mile tracks with this lone downforce. He's running top 10 all race. Some cautions come out. So the right pitcher, he's up into the top 5. Now he's up to 3rd. Battling with Joey Logano for the 2nd position. As Kyle Busch, meanwhile, has gotten away. He's like 3 seconds ahead. He's saying adios. And Junior using the high lane right here. Look at the run he has on Logano, trying to make it work. Not close enough there, but Logano comes up covered spot. Junior goes back down low, and they're having a great battle for second. One of the best battles Junior had this season right here was with Logano for second. Couldn't quite make the move there, but Logano really drove it hard into the corner and had to check up right here as he got loose. Up the track he goes. Junior trying to take advantage, gets to his quarter panel beside him, and he's going to get right on by him. So Junior will get up to the 2nd position within these final 8 laps. If you're a Junior fan, you're hoping, just give me one more shot, Kyle. Just give him one shot, Kyle. Obviously, that never happens. Kyle Busch ends up winning. Junior ends up getting the 2nd position and his 3rd second-place finish of the season already. And we're only, less than 10 races in. So look here at Bristol is the next race. Man, it starts out wild right here. Look at this.
Trouble in the front stretch. Dale Jr. doesn't get going. His car won't go. Oh, he stacked up Almirola, Reagan, and Kurt Busch behind him. We are green on the first lap.
The pit road here if you need to.
Carl Edwards is going to lead it.
Come on down here.
And Earnhardt is in the pits.
And no caution.
What the heck?
No power.
Strange circumstance for the 88. He goes 2 laps down at the beginning of the Bristol race. 48, 2 laps down. And then he leaves pit road. He's 2 laps down, about 2 3/4 lap behind the leader. And you think, man, oh man, how's he going to recover from this? You know, lap 1 and an issue. He doesn't even take the green flag. He falls to 42 laps down. Right here you can see he said that the issue was there's a program in the car where if you hit the brake and the throttle at the same time, it shuts the car down right there. That's what happened. And listen on board.
He's lost 2 laps.
Sounds fine.
No, it's running fine now. It almost sounded like there was something wrong with the gearbox. It was chattering, but then you're right. I think it was just popping cylinders.
He's lost 2 laps and a lot of distance. He's not quite 3 laps down.
See right there, 42 laps down. And listen to the in-car communications during this process.
A little bit further. Ready. Green. Rolling good. Stay high here. Stay high. Stay real high. Stay real high here. Stay real high. Clear low to the pit road here if you need to. Clear low to the pit road. Come on down here. Coming to you guys. The issue. Ain't got no power. Okay, you got it. Cycle to UCU. Four thousand. We're going to blend after this line up here. We want to run our pit road here. 4,000 to the line right here. And go hard, butt off on the track, off of 4. Middle of the backstretch.
Somehow he gets those laps back, and even then he moves up to the top 10, puts Ted Dillon to the wall right there. You see on this final restart, he's 4th on the outside, and the outside's been the best all day. Edwards gets a great start. Junior gets a bare one onto the back of Edwards, pushes clear. Now he's 2nd somehow, 2 laps down at lap 1, 40th, and now with 5 to go, he's up to 2nd and has a shot for the win, actually, but it's obviously not going to end that way. As right here, through 3 and 4, he's holding up. Kurt Busch is a little bit. The car wasn't really that great. It was a 15th place car, really, but just got really lucky. He was on the outside for many of those restarts and moved him up positions right here with 4 to go, still holding Kurt off, along with Chase. But then through 3 and 4, the car gets a little tight up the track off of 4, and Kurt takes a run down the front stretch to try and clear him right here. You see, pulls low, has a run as he enters turn 1. Moves, does a great slide drop in front of him. Junior comes right back down to the bottom with a crossover and then slides right up into in front of the 41. A great race for 2nd behind Edwards with now 2 to go. Junior off of 4 gets clear on the outside of Kurt Busch. He's back up to 2nd. Kurt Busch back to 3rd. And then this really helps him as Kurt gets a little loose off the corner and Chase will take advantage to try to go to the inside. So then they're battling behind. And Junior sets sails away to try and keep that 2nd position, which would be great after the day he's had. Edwards takes the white flag. Junior in 2nd. And Junior just hoping that maybe the 19 has a problem or some sort, as he's just trying to hold off Kurt Busch. They hit 3 and 4 for the final time. Edwards with a great lead. Nothing happens. He comes and takes the checkered flag, and Junior holds off Kurt Busch to get second, somehow, amazingly second. And we move on to Richmond. Cup race was lackluster for him. He finished like teens, but I figured it would be inappropriate to not include this. So here's his Xfinity win, his final NASCAR win as of now, and probably will be his final NASCAR win. Junior in his own 88. This is actually his first win for Junior Motorsports, so very interesting there. Ty Dillon tries at 3 and 4, can't get there, and Junior ends up winning at Richmond in the Xfinity Series. He dominated the race and thought it would set the tone for the Cup race. It didn't. He did pretty bad in the Cup race. So then we move on to Talladega. You think, man, this has to be his shot. He falls back from the third starting position. He takes 2 tires on the pit stop to get back up into the top 10. And right here, the car loses control, spins around the middle of the pack, collects teammate Casey K-Matt to Benedetto, and the yellow will fly for Dale Jr. wrecking all on his own at Talladega. Once again, another issue with the car just spinning out on its own. Hasbro Motorsports just not having the cars that they need this season. All of them very, very loose and crazy. As you see right there, the 88, a ton of damage and just out of contention for the Talladega race. As the car just came around him, it just snapped around. He was kind of in an awkward position, though. He had a car to his outside, and then the 14 kind of moved up right in front of him, disturbed the air. Right there, the 2's on his outside, so already it's kind of loose, and then the 14 kind of disturbs the air right there, and the car goes around. Maybe if it was spun down to the inside, but tries to overcorrect it, and it does overcorrect up into the 5, into the 83, who has nowhere to go. Tough break for, obviously, Casey K-Matt to Benedetto, as the 88 just wipes them out, as it's not a great restrictor plate season for Dale Jr. You see right here, the 14 kind of moves up in front of him and disturbs the air, spins the car, and trying to correct it just overcorrects. And Road to Race Day actually did a series on Hendrick Motorsports. They actually went to Dale Jr.'s Talladega race, so you'll see some behind the scenes right here of the decisions going on.
8 laps away. Might have plenty of time to get you down, buddy. There's only a couple more rows on the bottom here anyways.
Tell me when I'm coming, I'll be ready. Can't run the bottom for a whole lap, I can't. It's looking plowing.
Stays tight. 2 right side tires, full fuel, 2 rounds out of both rears.
Well, what 2 rounds out of both rears is going to do is going to make the car loose off the corner in the rear end. So it's going to be on the splitter through the corner, and then he's going to have a handful off the corner, so it's going to be loose. So that's obviously going to make the problems worse, as this guy agrees with me.
I still don't like this play, bud. Still don't like it.
We're crashing all over the ground in the front end.
We're working on it here. Maybe we can do some air pressure.
Most everyone that came to pit road changed 4 tires. They only put 2 tires on that 88.
I'm tight.
Or you can shut your rear fans off and we'll get some rounds out of the rear.
Remember, this is Amelia from Daytona. They rebuilt this car. I'm just wondering if they had their heights off. If that splitter's touching on the exit, it will make the car a little tighter.
That last adjustment made the fucking thing way too loose off the corner.
That thing was a mess from the start. It's on the splitter so bad. Really? I mean, I could hear like metal scraping and shit. Yeah, I mean, we could have been on that left side splitter a little bit too hard. I'm gonna tell you right now, you were. Okay. You gotta believe me. No, I believe it. It ain't like, oh, you know, it's just hitting the splitter some. It was just like, it drove like the right front edge was in the cords. Yeah. I'm serious. Yeah. Like, that's really how it drove, but we gotta figure something else out. Bit me twice this year.
So the 88 team gets it repaired, they go back on track, and the caution comes out for no reason. There's a crash in the back of the field, and who else but the 88 and the 19 involved in the crash? Listen to the car, like it's horrible.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the 2nd time today with Carl Edwards, and Junior's car is aflame.
Oh, man. I think that'll do Amelia in. I think that's about it for her.
Send what's left of that car to the South Pacific.
Yeah. Man, what a bad day for Junior.
This is just some weird stuff. He's running at the back of the field out of harm's way, and just listen to this hit that he has. Hard hit.
Whoa, man.
He had a tire go down or some kind of a failure there.
Yeah, right front. Looked like he had some damage on the right front from that wreck back there.
You all right?
Up the hill it went.
I mean, poor Junior just can't catch a break here today.
Nope.
Talk about wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh yeah, and during the race, he's under caution once they're back out there after repairing the car, and the steering wheel comes off. So then he steers it with the shaft from his hand and puts the wheel back on, doesn't hit the wall. So we move on to Dover, where the big one happens on restart. Junior looks like he has it missed, and the 13 comes right in front of him and hits him hard. like hard. You see right here from the onboard, the hit he takes and the sound it makes, like it's a hard hit. They started second, we're up in the top 10, then they fell back in the middle of the race.
Second, go low, go low. High, come on, high, keep coming, go high.
Junior definitely disappointed on the day. Once the car comes to a stop, he actually throws his steering wheel onto the dash out of frustration. Right here, you can see the car stopped right here and throws the wheel right there. So then we move on to Pocono, where he's running pretty decent inside the top 10. Look where he comes in right here, behind Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, and Matt Kenseth. Look where he leads, only behind Jimmy Johnson. The crew had an excellent pit stop, gets him out and away, and then ensuing restart with cars that stayed out and pitted with 2 tires and whatnot. He's on the outside, I believe 6th it is, and he moves to the middle. Johnson moves to the inside. He has help from Chase Elliott, his teammate right there. A big push, almost spins him around, but man, look at the run he has up through the field. Getting up to the 3rd position right here, and now he's going to go to the outside mirrors to get to 2nd. So Dale Jr. up to 2nd on the restart with 38 laps to go. As the car in front of him did not pit, Jimmy Johnson spins around. He has a run onto Ty Dillon. He can't get there as Jimmy hits the inside wall. The caution will come out, but however, Ty Dillon actually comes down pit road under this caution, so hands the lead over to Junior for this restart. And right here on the restart, he doesn't get too good of a restart. Chase Elliott on the inside gets a great restart. Junior gets a decent restart, but definitely could have been a lot better. And he has the push from Kurt Busch, though, as everyone behind trying to block. As Kurt pushes Junior up alongside Chase, and Junior using the outside lane clears Chase right there through 1. So you think, man, he has the lead, 33 laps to go at Pocono. It's going to be hard to pass. Well, Chase moves up in front of Kurt, and Kurt gives Chase a huge shove down Long Pond straightaway, and it really helps Chase get a run. Look at the run he has on the 88, entering the tunnel turn, and right here, this is a really big mistake by Chase. It really cost both of them the shot. As he gets in the back of Junior, pushes Junior up the track. Chase gets tight then Kurt gets by Chase, and then Junior has no idea where Kurt is. Kurt moves to the inside. Junior right here. This is another mistake that possibly could have kept Junior from winning. Where he's on the outside, gets a run through the outside, but right here it gets loose. Really loose right there, and that really cost him the lead as well, because Kurt then gets back to the inside. If Junior didn't get loose, possibly could have been clear. Right there, Kurt uses the side drive, gets alongside him, and actually clears Junior down the front stretch and pulls away. Now, however, he's questionable on fuel, so maybe he could run out of fuel. Junior's going to be saving some back there. He has enough fuel, so he's going to be saving extra, making sure he does have enough fuel to make it. And then Kurt, at the end, does end up making. He saves enough fuel, ends up making all the way. See, coming off of turn 3 right there, Kurt Busch off of 3, Junior holding Keselowski off. Junior will end up getting 2nd as Kurt Busch ends up winning at Pocono, and Junior 2nd. Then move on to Michigan. Junior with the fast car, but qualifies in the back, and this is what happens when we qualify in the back. A hard crash, and this is the crash. As you all know, this is the crash, the concussion crash, as he hit the wall hard, spins down across the track. Luckily, no one hits him again. This is the crash that, as everyone says, the concussion came from. He took a very hard hit. The car absolutely demolished. He ends up DNFing the race from this crash. As you can see right here, from a replay, he's 3 wide in the middle. Chris Buescher gets really loose down low, gets into Junior. Junior up into AJ Allmendinger. It spins them both hard into the wall. And look at that hard hit for Junior, and then bounces along the outside wall, and then spins down in front of the field. Luckily, no one hits him once again.
Middle, in the middle now. And outside.
Ouch. Big impact.
Up there. Got cleaned out by 47. Hold the brake here, man.
Those are some hard licks, Mike.
Then move on to Sonoma. Junior's been a top 10 car all day. He's running up late, going into the top 5, and Logano overdrives the corner down to Edwards, and it hits Junior. Look at the damage to the 88 car, and somehow the tire holds on for the rest of the race. He actually ends up finishing the race in 11th with that tire, but man, you'd think it would be blowing out at some point. He holds on. The track finishes 11th, but it could have been a top 5 day. The 88 car was faster here from the replay. Logano overdrives the corner, gets down to Edwards, and right there gets into Junior. Junior collected with nowhere to go. So then we move on to Daytona. You have to think this is a highlight for Junior. They could do it, but the car's just ill handling. He's back in the pack, and then the big one happens, and he somehow emerges from it with minimal damage. He just comes from the middle of the pack right here. Watch that nationwide 88, the blue and silver car, pushes Danica into it, gets minimal damage, but gets through the crash somehow. See right here, another angle. There's the 88 pushing Danica into it. Danica up into the crash. Junior gets damage to both sides, to the front end, but somehow misses and gets away.
Hey, get in the middle like I won't, because the car sucks. About correct the out of it if we wanted to.
You want to hear how mad he was at the car, though? Here is a clip with obviously the audio not synced to it.
In the middle right here. In the middle. Still in the middle. The 43 went to the bottom, inside, in the middle, 3 wide.
Fucking A, man. I can't run there.
Okay. And clear low. Go ahead again.
Hey, get in the fucking car, son.
Still outside there.
About fucking wrecked the shit out of it through 1 and 2. The fucking rounds back in the back of the car. So it'll turn on exit, and it won't fucking spin out. Something's fucked up about the steering in this car. It feels like it's got a loose tie rod in. That's the way it drives. Starting back and forth, wobbling.
Obviously, very angry about the car, and he's very angry after the Kentucky race as well.
Okay, so a new repave, has a lot of grip. Goodyear brings a real conservative tire. It's going to be extra careful on, blistering. They had some blistering in the test that scared them. So they went really conservative on the tire. I think that, personally, I believe they can make that right side tire as hard as they want. Go as safe as you want there, so we don't have the blistering, but soften the left up some. The racing will be better. We got issues at all the recent repaves with the left side tires a little bit too hard. So it hurts the racing because you just can't get any grip, turn, and go underneath nobody. You just slide that left front all night long through the center and on exit. You can't drive around and underneath guys. And the low downforce. I don't know if all that stuff is a great combination. The drivers want less downforce. If you take me to Texas with the tire we got there and wore out old racetrack and a softer tire, or the tire that gets the grip into the track, you probably love this type of package. But with it, it's just a bad combination for the new surface and how conservative that tire is. I mean, you couldn't hustle the car at all. You just on pins and needles all the time on restarts, like, I don't want to lose any ground, and boy, if I have a big slip, I'm going to lose all kinds of track position, which happened over and over to a bunch of guys, myself included. That sucks the race that way. You want to drive and hustle and try to get in there and beat guys, and you can't even run side by side. I mean, guys run side by side is a second slower. What the hell? That's awful. Got a problem, man. That's no good.
Of course, before the next race, the announcement was made that he'd be sent out with concussion-like symptoms.
He tells us he has concussion-like symptoms, will miss the race this weekend.
Obviously, I can't leave this season off with that, though. Obviously, he sits out the rest of the season, all the rest of the 18 races, has Alex Bowman and Jeff Gorin fill in for the races for him. He comes back in 2017 healthy and racing and announces his retirement. But I can't leave you off with the sad of the concussion, so here are some commercials that aired during the 2016 season.
People know me as Dale Earnhardt Jr. race car driver, but there's more to me than that. In my office, they call me Boss Man. I scout the talent, close the deals, do it all with a firm handshake. Gentlemen, to others, I'm Water Cooler Dale. So I got this new chair, I had it for a couple weeks. Somebody keeps lowering it. God dang it. I mean, I reset it to where I want it, and I go back to my office, and I sit down, and it's lower. No, someone's lowering it. For protecting my small business and more, Nationwide is on your side. To others, I'm Water Cooler Dale. Steve still hasn't accepted my friend request.
He has really high standards.
And he doesn't check it that often. I'm friends with everyone but him in the office.
It's so
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Are you guys friends with him?
Oh, no, we're friends with him.
We're friends with him.
No.